ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ballistipax Cup series. This is the Poison Turkey Calls 200. We're at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Back on familiar territory on an oval, Angel.
Yes, back in my territory. You had yours last week, it's mine this week, and it's Las Vegas. Fun track.
Yep, we were just talking about this earlier actually. It's completely flat in these cars. You don't have to lift, so it's basically super speedway racing here.
Yep, absolutely. These next-gen cars here, you are flat out the entire time, but it's harder than a super speedway. These angles on the corners aren't quite what you have space-wise in a super speedway, so letting up and really getting that turn in correctly is far more important than it would be at Talladega or Daytona per se.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see if we can run through our grid. So we got John Garrett on pole with a great lap from him. We were watching the qualifying actually. It was a great lap from him.
Big time.
Dominic Lee coming in second and Derek Watkins in third. Jalen Battle is in fourth with James Jones in fifth. Harold Barnes is in sixth. JR Deal in seventh. Michael Edwards in eighth. Nigel Christensen in ninth. Josh Anderson is 10th with DG Swiss in 11th. Cody Brown is 12th. And we have Mike Wells in 13th, Adam Buzzio in 14th, Mike Thomas 15th, Christopher Alki in 16th, Kyle Akers 17th, with Nick Hammer 18th, Dalton Hayes 19th, Clint Roberts 20th, Revenger 21st, Joshua O'Connor 22nd, Billy Davison 23rd, Joshua Legger in 24th, and that's Henry Wyndham in 25th, Evan Pienta, the winner of the last race at Watkins Glen, in 26th position, 27th place, Dylan Failovich, 28th is Casey Herring, 29th, Jeremy Clapper, 30th, Vincent R. Price, and rounding out the field is William Asherbranner.
Yeah, it looks like Evan Pienta decided to go ahead and start out back this race after a dominating, fantastic performance last week at Watkins Glen with actually Dylan Failovich. They'll be starting right up next to each other for today's race again.
Yeah, if I remember rightly, he did this at Daytona, and it didn't work out too badly for him. He was quite close to the top, actually. He didn't quite win that one, but he definitely wasn't far off.
Actually, seeing in the radio chat, he actually requested an EOL. He said his internet's not perfect, doesn't want to be in the way of everybody. Fantastic on him, and we are green.
Go. So it looks like the outside line is getting a decent start, but that inside is going to have the advantage, definitely. So we see John Garrett and Derek Watkins just pulling ahead of Dominic Lee on the top side there. And they're going to definitely want to try and form one line as quickly as possible, I'd imagine.
Absolutely, yeah. Here, you have to be able to stay in line. If you're not in line, it's probably going to slow the group down, just like how you would be in a super speedway. The bottom is a lane to be. If you're running that outside, you would better have a good drivers to run up there so that you can push, because if not, that bottom will just walk away from you.
Yep, and we're seeing that now as Dominic Lee has dropped into fourth position, but it looks like still not quite managing to get into the bottom line, as he's actually been overhauled by James Jones on the top.
Yeah, it looks like Derek Watkins is playing that leader role, almost of blocking lanes, so that way he can stay ahead, kind of giving John Garrett an easy day, but he'll get a good run going into turn one, go right to the outside of him. If he can get a good push here, yeah, they're not lined up well enough. It's not going to give him enough to be able to make the pass. He'll actually get cleared here. James Jones was in the second place.
There's just nothing to that top line by the looks of things at the moment, but it was a completely clean start, which is what you want to see. I think that's been fairly rare at the moment, but good to see it here. As I say that, Derek Watkins...
Mike, makes contact with somebody else, puts him in a wall. They're going to stay...
there's more. They're still wrecking. They're still wrecking.
I said it too early. Oh my goodness.
They're still going.
Oh my goodness, what a hard hit.
Right.
Oh man, Evan Pienta finds his way right to the bottom. They had it saved, but it looks like maybe just we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Gonna try and see what happened there. Keep your eye on the 41 of Derek Watkins here. He just gets loose, I think, and then gets back down. And then it just sort of starts a complete chain reaction, and that 17 coming up off of the apron just wipes them both out. Well, both, all three.
Like oh my goodness, that 18 had nowhere to go.
They keep going. Let's
Looks like the 17 and the 1. 17 may have been under. Yeah, both the 17 and the 1 went under the white line to avoid the wreck, and they both came up at the same time. Just one had a run, and it just happened to be. Oh, that's where the 18 got taken out, and right there, the number 88 had nowhere to go as the 17 came flying up into him.
That might be interesting from the cockpit of the 18, actually. You could basically see it the whole way. It's just really unlucky how those cars come down. You can't see anything in that smoke, and just
oh man, he did the right thing. You know, he slowed down enough, trying to get around to just know where to go.
Yeah, pow, just straight into the wall. And there we see Derek Watkins sat in the pits. Hopefully get everything repaired, although it looks like he's not using his fast repair, which is smart. Although maybe he did. Although he was stopped for 27 seconds before that fix.
Yeah, looks like maybe he's thinking about not using it, then decided just better off use it. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He's got 2 wins this season. He is in the playoffs. His only concern right now is to go win. He doesn't have to worry about points. It's win, win, win.
Yeah, very true.
I'm sorry, that's Derek Watkins. He's got 1 win this season. My apologies. Michael Edwards that has 2 wins, but nonetheless, 1 win. He's in anyways.
Yep. Of course, in this series, you get a win, you're immediately through into the playoffs. We've had 4 rounds. This is our 5th. And the standings look a bit like, if I can find them.
Well, I've got them here in front of me if you need.
Ah, well, go ahead.
Yes, well, Michael Edwards holds it with 2 wins. Derek Watkins, Evan Pienta, both with a win apiece. Then the first guy in on points is actually the overall point leader, Josh Anderson. DG Swish is about 4 points behind him, and after that is James Jones, the 6th, drops about 32 points. So the top 5 are rather close to each other points-wise, and even points their wins. So we're looking at a point battle all throughout right now. At this point, you know, those without a win are either hoping to get in on their wins or just keep pointing their way in, as they have been so far.
Yep, absolutely. You know, I was going to say something, but I completely forgot it.
Well, my apologies right there.
No worries.
Yeah, so actually, speaking of our first 2 guys in points without a win, Josh Anderson and DG Swiss, 4 points separate them, and DG Swiss currently 1 spot ahead of Josh Anderson. That's where he's going to want to keep him in his mirror, keep gaining points, and try to be that regular season champion at the end of the season.
Yep, and the good thing to note about points is that there are halfway points in this Cup Series. There's no competition caution for it, but there are points for the halfway stage. So those might come in quite important, but that's normally why you see around the halfway mark people aren't pitting when you would normally think they would be.
Well, I mean, and you say that, you know, running up front is a major difference as we focus in on the overall points leader, Josh Anderson. He's got 37 bonus points on the season from running up. He hasn't had a win, but he has 37 bonus points for running up front during those halfway points. So he's outpacing the guys winning races. I mean, that's just such a great move to do. And hell, you keep running up front, you're going to find a way to victory lane eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And well, even if there are individual winners for every race, which there haven't been, but even if there are, from now on until we start the playoffs, there are still places you can get in on points. You do not have to win. So keep racking up those points and you'll be golden, even if you don't manage to get into victory lane.
Absolutely. And then speaking as well as DG Swiss, he's actually got 35 points. So he's in bonus points, which is why they're running up front, doing a great job throughout the season so far. And we'll probably see one or both of them in victory lane at one point.
Yeah, I definitely expect it. They were, I remember they've been front runners for basically the entire season. Being in the right place at the right time, or maybe the wrong place at the wrong time, is probably more appropriate for some of them. Just getting into wrecks that aren't their fault. As we are about to go green, John Garrett is able to restart the pack, and he is gone.
Oh,
James
yeah,
C.
great
Jones
restart.
managing to get down immediately. JR Deal caught out a bit, I think, on the restart, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I think John Garrett caught everybody out in that restart. Look at him fly out to the lead. But that was close. Yeah, DG Swiss stuck on the outside, no help whatsoever. This is what you call a freight train. Josh Anderson goes by, and number 7, number 8, Mike Wells is going to go by him as well. And he'll slot right in line behind Mike Wells and in front of Adam Buzeo. But you didn't say it correctly before. I just keep messing it up.
Fine, we made our own pronunciation of that name in Dover, I think it was.
Yes. Oh, DG Swiss gets the good run there on the number 9. JR Deal gonna go ahead and slot right in front of him. JR's gonna have to get back down if he wants to avoid getting freight train. He won't get back down. Got one person behind him, but it's not gonna be enough here.
Yeah, no, he's just going to get completely eaten up by that inside line, I think.
Battle for the lead.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. We got a big battle there, but looks like, John Garrett. He's got three teammates of Kool-Aid Motorsports on the outside. They're gonna freight train right around them.
Yeah, you know exactly.
They're gonna leave Mike Wells out the hang.
Oof. You know exactly what I was about to say? I was about to say I feel like that outside lane is going to need at least 1 or 2 more cars to be able to work over the inside lane, and that's exactly what happened there. To get James Jones into the lead and Josh Anderson in second as there's a wreck the number 9 round.
He holds it! I'm not sure he touched the wall.
Yep, no caution for that as he was completely off the racing surface. So we are all good from that front.
I can't think that he made any contact though. I think he was... Wow.
Maybe a small bit of contact, but that's about it, I'd say. Definitely nothing major. So, congratulations to him, frankly.
Great racing. Yep, he'll have 120 plus laps to go. He'll be all right as they continue to battle it out here for the 4th spot. We've got 5, 6 cars here, all of them ready, trying to find a way to make their move. You have to time your move correctly. If you don't time that move correctly, you probably have to go on the outside. You're going to get freight trained, and I think we saw that just there with a couple guys falling back.
Yep, absolutely. As long as you don't lose track of this pack, though, it's not really that much of a big deal at this stage in the race. We've still got, 120 laps to go. Around a 1.52 mile circuit. That's definitely enough time.
The front pack is single file mostly. It looks like they're in the turn, so you're going to try to stay single file. The longer you can stay single file, the faster you're going to go, and you can pull away from these packs that are battling it out behind you.
You say that, but DG Swiss is trying to get around Allkaya. That's not necessarily going to work with only one car to help you. Trying to slot back into the inside now.
Lap car is going to stay out of the way on the outside. That's number 82, Harold Barnes. Getting started up there. Definitely not. Oh, a little bit of contact. That's all it takes. Sure who that was. Got sideways, but a fantastic save.
Grass there, I think, for... Was that Nick Hammer? Yep. Number 11.
Number 11. These guys are pretty darn good drivers. At least I've seen them over the last few weeks. Sometimes there should have been a wreck and there wasn't. And these guys are just fantastic at saving the cars. As we have here, it looks like mostly everybody's kind of staying single file. Maybe a couple battles here and there. Everybody kind of taking that safe approach to this race. You know, like you said, it's got 117 laps to go still. No reason to try to wreck it for the win just yet.
Yeah, I like to take the endurance racing approach to these types of things.
Yep, be patient.
Definitely better just to sort of stay out of trouble for the first 75% of the race. Do your racing in the last quarter, and then you'll probably have the best chance of winning. I think this pack here definitely needs to get a move on and work together. They need to get single file to catch back up to the other guys, because otherwise they're going to lose track of the leaders. Maybe.
Yeah, it's well, the leaders aren't perfectly staying single file. If they were in perfect single file, they'd be pulling away from these guys. So look at Evan Pienza making his way up through there. Oh, he's thinking. Oh, thought about going under there. He decided not to. Come to the end of the race, though, I guarantee that's a move he makes.
Yep, absolutely. Smart driving at the start of the race. As we were just talking about, to be honest.
Yep, absolutely. Just taking it smart. I mean, he's got to win. He's locked in, you know, but doesn't mean you don't want to make it to the end of the race and have a chance to make it 2 wins.
I feel like sometimes these guys can hear us and just sort of display what we're talking about.
I don't mind it. We start talking about a battle, they put one on for us, and they do a great job of it. Put one on for the fans.
Yep, absolutely.
Man, it's some great battling here. You guys haven't driven these cars. Oh, man, that was loose there for Jalen Battle. Very sideways there off turn 4. Kept it under him, and everybody's still alive to make it to the next lap.
Yep, this second pack is still not really working together as much as they need to be, I think. They're
that time
definitely losing ground to the guys ahead of them. I think the pack ahead's got about 4 miles an hour on them. Not where you want to be.
Yeah, not at all. That last time around, they were almost half a second slower than the lead pack. So, that through wide here. Oh, they're gonna make it work. Wow. Man, there'll still be 3 wide probably going into here.
Looks like they're only 2. But
yep, they went and settle that out pretty quickly there. That can get hairy.
Still close racing.
And that's the nice thing. Guys like this, racing 3 wide, you know, even if it's early in the race, you saw they kept it together, not a problem, not even a touch. They do a great job, having great respect for each other, racing. Oh, we got a car around.
Yep. There's multiple Josh Anderson in the wall.
A car in the infield. Is that John Garrett?
Oh.
How did John Garrett make it into the infield?
Find out.
How does he get out? Oh, okay, they're trying to get around a lap car. Oh, did he just come? It's hard to tell from this angle what happens.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Radio Chatter right now is not happy.
Trying to think of what camera to look at it from.
I'd say jump. Can we jump on board? No, we gotta get a up top view, a blip view or an onboard view of the number 7. Oh, hit the smoke. Nowhere to go. Just as you said in that last one.
Yeesh. See what we can see from a blimp. If I go back to John Garrett. Try a blimp cam. Just a hook.
He just comes up a little bit.
Yeah.
And John Garrett, pole sitter, finds a way into the infield, go sign some autographs with those fans while you're there.
He's seen him he's trying to drive and see if there's a way out. I'm just gonna keep on him, to be honest.
Yeah, no, please, thank you. I want to see this.
I want to see how he gets out. So he's just going through some caravans.
I hope he's been to Las Vegas infield to know where he's going. That'd be great. I mean, it looks like he knows where he's going.
Is he just taking the track? Is he just taking the
Oh, he could have gone to the left a little bit there. That gate was open.
Is there a road course here?
Yes, they do have a road course here offering. Yes.
Oh,
Looks like
it
he
looks like
towed
he
it.
just jumped. Yeah, he just towed it after that.
Oh, poor John Gary. That's gonna cost him a lot of time.
I'll try and see what happened. Oh, that's not.
That was a pretty close.
Is Chopper any closer? No, that's further away. Limp.
There you go. So
So
the seven's up, up, up.
it
28
looks
comes
like
slight.
there's the net code
Maybe
on that
net code.
28. I think that's completely net code.
Oh man, you
Change to the
know.
7. Go left front. Oh,
Oh well, that's nice.
that's air, is what that is. Oh, that
Oh,
stopped.
there's John Garrett over
My
the wall.
apologies. Oh,
Let me go
that
back
was a
to the.
camera view.
There we go. He's
So
coming up there just a little bit, and then the net code hits.
yeah, I think that's completely netcode. That's just really unfortunate. And then obviously it causes, well, that's a shot.
I don't know. As a lap car, obviously we're not here to give our opinions on that, but that definitely could have gone better between the two of those drivers right there.
Yeah, I think that there was definitely more room to move down, but what can you do sometimes?
Nope,
But
absolutely.
that's completely
racing.
shaken up the race at the front.
Well,
So
it looks like
leading
we have
now,
some guys who didn't.
we have interesting. They're 3
Jeremy
wide.
Clapper.
Yeah. I believe that Michael Edwards is leading now.
Alrighty, he pit last on lap 6. When he was
so
involved in that wreck.
Yep, he pit twice under the last caution to fix damage, and now he's up here. Jeremy Clapper hasn't pitted at all. Then it looks like everyone from 3rd down to 21st has pitted, whether that be for fuel or for tyres. What do you reckon? Everyone above 10 seconds has taken tyres? I think.
Yeah, that'd have to be the situation, unless they had damage they were working on a little bit, but I'm going to assume the same thing. Tires aren't that big here. I think they really do help when the restarts though, so we'll see how that works. The 95, I'm interested to see how long can he go. I think the fuel reach on these maybe 30, 40 laps, depending on caution. Yeah. So it's gotta be closer to 40. We're at lap 27. He hasn't come in yet.
I mean, there's no point skimping on the tires though, because they do get 5 sets. So
that's plenty. Yep, that's true.
You will be completely fine. Looks like Kool-Aid Monster Racing, I believe they're called.
Yes.
Is
Motorsport,
probably just going to try and Kool-Aid Monster Motorsport is probably just going to try and swamp Michael Edwards here. They've got 3 cars up at the front. They've got Jeremy Clapper, Mike Wells, and James Jones.
Man, they lost one on Josh Anderson there. Game the number 2.
And Michael Edwards has gone. He's not quite dropped Jeremy Clapper on the outside, but it is a good restart. Seems clean behind. And it looks like they're going 3 wide. I think Clapper might just be letting the his teammates through. He's
letting everybody through now. Stuck on that outside.
Maybe the tyres are more important than we thought.
Maybe. Yeah,
there's a bit of team communication. Yeah, I think there's a bit of team communication going on there, because it looked like that was completely thought out.
But now that inside lane is starting to form, leaving 2 drivers out to hang of James Jones and the number 87 of Clint Roberts. They're going to be stuck there on the outside. It looks like the 31 will find his way under Mike Wells. Yeah, you got to do it.
Yep.
If someone slips, you got to put your nose in there. That's exactly what the 31 did.
Ooh.
Dominically. We're going down to the bottom here.
Maybe a little bit of contact there for DG Swiss, but everything seems to be okay.
Yep, maybe a little bit of side drafting. They're all right as they go through try oval here. Yeah, that outside lane has just dropped significantly. I mean, those two guys up
Yeah,
top were restarting in the top 3 rows, and here they are just dropping like a rock.
they are pretty much as good as gone from the battle at the front. For now,
Yep.
obviously, anyone is still in this race.
Oh yeah, don't count out anybody. Over 100 laps to go still. Anything can happen, as we
Yep.
saw there.
Ooh, bit of contact between Evan
Oh!
Pienta and Kaya, but just some
And it's
door
gonna
banging,
back up
nothing
everybody
bad
behind them.
happening. Yeah.
That's how wrecks happen. Not always two people who started, but the stack up in the back, as you can see them double wide, at least 6 or 7 lanes deep. Now we're 3 wide back in the corners.
Look at that.
Out. What a view.
That's less an orderly queue of cars and more just a gaggle, I'd say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No formation at all. It's put your nose where nobody else is.
Try not to hit anyone.
Yes, absolutely. Just like that, James Jones slips up into 3 and 4, and the number 11 of Nick Hammer will take advantage and go to his bottom. Takes away the 10th position from him as he moves into the top 10. So you have a continued battle here for anywhere from 12th on back. A lot of fixed up race cars that were involved in the wreck there, so we can see some guys have already used their fast repairs, hoping for a clean one. Wanting to make it to the end of the race. Josh Anderson was up front. Now at 1 lap down. John Garrett was up front as well. He's 2 laps down after having to get that tow. So those guys will be looking to make their way back up in this one.
Yeah, it's looking like there's a bit of a theme starting here, that the guys at the front just know what they need to do. They know that they need to keep single file for a bit. Well, I speak too soon, but
well, you said they're listening, right? They're doing what we talk.
yeah. I don't know, it just sometimes feels like, I don't know whether they're just not working together as much, or whether they're just a bit desperate to try and get back up to the front for the guys in the rear of the pack.
Well, we're about quarter of the way to this race, so halfway to the halfway point where they get those bonus points. It's hard to pass here, so if you want to get those bonus points early, you want to get up there and be aggressive and try to, get those bonus points.
Yeah. Because for the vast majority of these drivers, points means a chance in the playoff. Obviously got a few drivers that have already just got wins under their belts and they're not really racing for points here, they're just racing to win. They don't even need to race at all, but they still do because it's fun.
Absolutely, these guys have a blast out here. Even if you're listening to the radio chat, or if they're not arguing about a wreck that happened, they're having a blast. Everybody's having a blast here. We get to have a blast calling it. Fans love watching it. I mean, everything about it is just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, none of us would be here if it wasn't fun.
Absolutely. They've mostly got a single file. It's a pretty good single file turns, but looks like some of these guys get a big run off the turns, and they're not exactly keen on letting up, so they kind of spread it back out. Pienta is stuck on the outside, and just look at the difference. Drops. He'll find his way right in front of, I believe that is the number 10 of James Jones. Jalen Battle still on the outside.
Yeah, I find sometimes when I'm racing ovals that I just get a massive run and nothing to do with it, which gets frustrating, so you just sort of try and go for something that's not really on. And it normally doesn't work out too well, but these are much longer races.
Yep. Patience, one by one. I mean, we definitely don't have to win it in the first lap, the first 10, 15, 50 laps even. As long as you can stay there, keep your nose clean, and you're in contention at the end, you have a chance.
Yep, and it looks to me like most of the cars are just completely single file now. Back of the pack has got the message from us finally.
Well, I think, you know, and I can hear them over the radio chat. They're talking about getting single file. We're going to start losing this lead pack, and that's the last thing you want to do. You start battling, thinking you're going to gain one spot here, and in reality, you lose so much to the leaders. Now you've lost a chance for anything else.
It looks like they're just losing formation a little bit on lead pack, but
yeah,
really an issue.
You gain so much
Still
speed.
there.
Sometimes you think if you know, side by side with someone towards the back of the pack, it doesn't do much, but it can really drag you down.
Yeah, it looked to me like a few laps ago Nick Hammer got a run and just sort of tried to stick it on the outside of Evan Pienta. Still there.
Speaking
Looks
of
like he
Pienta,
might get some support here.
On that outside, yeah. That's not much we've seen, and they'll go kind of back down to the bottom. But yeah, speaking of Pienta, he's actually our biggest mover of the race so far, up 18 spots from where he started this race back in the 26th position.
Well, to be honest, we've seen it from him before. So
doesn't take much.
Yeah, seems to be really good at that. I don't know whether it's a preference for him to start near the back. Maybe he just finds it a lot more fun.
Why? It helps sometimes, maybe, you know, you can get past some of those guys, gain the confidence, like, oh yeah, I'm really enjoying the car, maybe trying to avoid some possible wrecks, trying to race, which is love to do. There's a couple different things that go for a driver that could work. Oh, he's gonna get a run. Oh, not quite enough. DG's moved up just a little bit there into turn one. Pienta peaked, but it wasn't quite enough. Swiss shut the door. Yeah, if you don't have anybody directly behind you, you can run up a little bit. Oh,
Yep.
contact.
Oh.
DJ Swiss and Alcott. Oh, who's gonna take? What a save! What a save by the 11. My
Did
goodness, we still
save
got
that?
a wrecking back there.
There's a car in the wall still. Who is it? That is Alcott.
43. Alcott, yep. Oh man, what a shame he was running up there. Still no caution though. A little surprising, got a couple guys wrecked there, but my goodness, that save by number 11 of Nick Hammer was absolutely insane. I thought for sure he'd be turning right back into the wall. Actually, he's given this a chance for this front pack to pull away. Everybody had to slow down behind them, and they've pulled to quite the lead.
Yep, this front pack with Jalen Batu currently at the back of it has 3.5 seconds on the next car. It was Derek Watkins.
I guess surprise, Michael Edwards is our leader. I mean, every single week he finds his way back up to the front, so.
Yeah, I feel like some of these guys have a magical ability to just, no matter what happens, we just manage to see them at the front.
Absolutely.
Pretty much consistently.
Michael Edwards did last pit on lap 6, but he's gonna have to come. Oh, he's coming in now.
That is. Yeah, he's coming in. The rest of these guys last pit on lap 24, and by the looks of things, all of them took tires apart from Dominic Lee. They were just fixing damage, but I don't remember them in.
No, exactly. These front 5, 6 drivers, I'll say, if they just get lined up, they could gain so much more.
Yeah.
Really, really pull away, make this a tough one. But they're going to stay side by side here battling, and that pack behind them is, Gaining ever so slightly. Not much of a faster time than last time, but there we go. Line right back up.
Yeah, there isn't too much in it at the moment. I think these guys definitely, they keep going as they are. They've got the momentum to stay ahead for quite a while, but those two at the back dropping off slowly. They just sort of both. Yeah, they just sort of both left the line.
I'm not sure why. They need to get right back in. Jalen Battle, he's close enough, but you keep going high like that, not sticking with them, they're pulled away. Next thing you know, it's just too late. It's a lot harder to gain back the time lost in the draft here than it would be for the for like super speedways.
Yeah.
They will catch right back up though. Going back up to the high side, that's not going to do you much, Jalen. You got to get back out.
Yeah, it's just that sort of thing that I was talking about earlier, getting a run and having nothing really to do with it, because you go to the high side, there's no one there, you're not going to get for anyone, you're just going to stay in the same position you're in. So it is better just to let off, because then the car in front of you gets a bonus as well.
Yeah, Steve Jalen continues to, pun intended, I guess, but try to battle it out with some of these guys up front. It's hard not to make the pun for it. I mean, it's a word we use every day anyways. Dominic Lee is, he's rotated to become our leader here with the number 47 Dalton Hayes right behind him in second. You know, they're no plan to battle. Those two just keep riding it out. We saw Jeremy Clapper hit at lap 41. There's caution laps in between there, so you can imagine it might be 35 laps, I'd imagine. 35, maybe 38 laps. And these guys have been out there for just under 30 laps, so sometime in the next 10 laps, I imagine we'll see some green flag pit stops, which will be very interesting here.
Definitely, most of it's been green so far, so well, I can imagine that we will be having some green flag at some point in the race. It seems like they're being a lot calmer than they have been in previous races in regards to the cautions.
I'm just wondering if maybe it's just how this track Las Vegas is working for them. Once you kind of get spread out like this, the cautions kind of reduce themselves, but remember, it takes only one caution to rack them back up and for us to have a big old battle having throughout the pack.
Yep, I think something probably said every race, and you might be getting tired of it saying now, but we'll say it once, we'll say it again, cautions breed caution.
Yes, I know, as a driver, sometimes it can be frustrating if you're running up the top three. Everybody else wants it, get re-racked. We love it, broadcasting, and I know the fans love it, seeing these guys fan it out 4 wide into the turn on a restart.
I'm just noticing the issue with this now, because I've noticed that the lead pack is getting away. If we go back to this pack, they're pretty spread out.
Ooh, that's not gonna help. They gotta be bumper to bumper.
Yeah, they're in line, but they're just not close enough to be able to help each other effectively. And well,
yeah,
I said they were in line.
Yeah, well, that's even worse. I mean, that last time around, they were 0.3 of a second slower than that lead pack. That's just going to hurt them even more.
Yeah. And number 2 that's on the high side of Derek Watkins there is Casey Herring. Is a lap down and in 22nd position. I'm sure he'd want to work with them to try and get them back up to the top pack.
Work with him as well. Him sitting on top of the Derek Watkins at number 41 is not big side draft, but it's just enough to make him a little bit slower. And it looks like the 41 has a little bit of damage. I'm not sure how much that might affect him. It doesn't take much nose damage though to really slow you down here and take you out of the pack. So I'm wondering if we got a mix of that maybe happening here. Yeah. Michael Edwards, he's trying to push these guys so he can get his lap back as well.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's probably just thinking, wants to work with everyone, try and get further back up. If we do have a caution, he will be the lucky dog. First of the drivers a lap down. But that's if we have a caution. You never know. It's unlikely, but we might go green for the rest of the race.
Absolutely, very much possible.
Got to try and work with them to get anything. Yeah.
Got a big pack of cars behind him. Caught these guys. If this 2 can just get in line already, that's what 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 cars. If they're all lined up, they would catch these leaders.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I don't know. Maybe there are some communication issues between them because they are definitely not all on the same lap. But that really shouldn't be stopping them here.
Oh, now they're going to go to the outside and try to make a run on these guys. That's going to slow these guys down even more. That front pack is going to be licking their chops to know this is what's happening behind them.
Yep, absolutely. Name of the game now isn't trying to get past the lap traffic or trying to one-lap yourself. It's just trying to get yourselves all back towards that front pack, and that is just not what they're doing.
Not at all.
As it looks like Derek Watkins is lining himself up for a green flag pit stop. He last put in on lap 25. It is now lap 61.
Yeah, he dove in to the bottom there pretty early. He might lose some time, but there's a lot of drivers behind him. Maybe the smartest choice to not get involved in a wreck.
I don't know. I don't like that decision though, because he's going to be on his own. Because he just went in completely on his own. That's the time I think.
A couple more guys start up there. 55 maybe. Ooh, he's sideways trying to get off pit lane. He makes it through. These guys, the pack, I mean, although some of them may have already been good on fuel, but I know guys who pit here.
Yep.
This pack still kind of side by side. Looks like our 4th place driver, Dalton Hayes, along with 17 of Cody Brown, come down to pit lane.
Yep, there's a few of them in the pits there. But it's still really not ideal. They would have wanted to all pit as a group. They all pitted last on the same lap, so I don't see why they can't all work together to be able to work this out. But
yeah, I mean, unless you were the lead car the entire time.
Yeah.
Our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place drivers, and the rest come with them.
Yep.
This is big. These guys all pit together. That's going to be huge. But Jalen Battle lost a lot coming down the pit. Did something happen? Oh, he's out of fuel.
Oh yeah, looks like he's completely out of fuel. He's. I'm just going to stay on this.
Because I was wondering, how did that...
He needs to just roll to his box. Oh, this is going to be... I'd get on that inside as soon as possible, because there's no collisions when you're on the inside in the boxes.
He might be waiting, hoping somebody would give him a bit of a push. Can he make it? I mean, I'm not sure where his pit stall is. Let's see. He started in the...
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh, he started pretty far. Oh, there's his pit box!
Oh, yep.
He's gonna make it.
Get there.
He made it. Wow.
Just don't be too far left or too far right now. There, yep, he's in.
Oh my goodness. Yesterday I did the same thing, actually racing the next gens here at Las Vegas. I tried pushing on fuel, trying to get to a lap back from the wreck. I ran out of fuel, made it to my pit box, but then I slid through it and I couldn't reverse.
Whoa.
Had to do a tow. It actually ended up being like a 10-second tow, which was terrible. But well, now we got these guys all stretched out throughout the pack. I mean, we'll see who gains together, who works together to really make up some time. Michael Edwards does rotate back to become our leader. He's
Yep,
got
we
a
are.
almost 4-second lead on second place right now.
We are now exactly halfway through the race.
We'll start seeing some bonus points come through.
Yeah, points don't matter for Michael Edwards, but he got them anyway.
Well, everybody else there in the top 10, aside from Derek Watkins, is going to be looking at them. JR Deal makes a pass. I'm not sure how many get points here. Is it top 10?
I think I remember top 10 from somewhere. That sounds about right. I want to see here. Archery. Upper cannon. Have a look. There's a bit of a group there. But apart from that, I don't think there are many cars even together anymore after those pit stops. They were quite disjointed, if I have to say so. And as a result, you're not really.
Yes, went ahead and looked up at their
Getting
point
much
system.
action.
Yes, at the halfway mark, the top 10 positions will earn points.
There we go. I think at this point in time, it is a good time to have a small break and let you guys crank it up.
My favorite part of the broadcast. I shut up and we get to see these magnificent cars go by. hope you all enjoyed the Crank It Up session from SRM. I gotta tell you, those camera views from the Crank It Up session, man, they are my favorites.
Yeah, shout out to Cliff behind the scenes for making those camera angles.
Absolutely.
All of the angles you see here are his doing. They are fantastic angles. Been using TV2 before this, but I'm definitely going to switch over to using the ready-made angles that we've got.
I call them Cliff's views. Nah, he does a great job with them. I love him. Gives a different aspect to the actual view of the race itself, and really allows our fans to enjoy something different. You know, it makes SRM Sim Racing Media different, and that's why these leagues want us. We've got some great camera views to put on to really show the best battles that their leagues have.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of battles, this is for second place at the moment, but I have a feeling it's the net lead. Michael Edwards is out front, about 5 seconds ahead of these guys, but he did pit 15 laps before them, so he's probably going to be looking to come in at any time soon. We've got Cody Brown in the 17, Dalton Hayes in the 47, and Dominic 31 car in this group.
It's actually, 35 laps into the run for our leader, Michael Edwards, and with about a 35 to 40 lap pit window. We'll see him soon, as you said. But when this started, Michael Edwards was right in front of these guys. He pitted from first, right with them. Right now, he is 5.4 seconds ahead of second place. I mean, somehow he made it work. We were doubting it, but we got to stop doubting the guy who won races this season. And see, he knows what he's doing.
He absolutely does know what he's doing. He's actually got, as we can see, he's got a couple of lap cars with him. So that's definitely going to help so long as there's no sort of issues with tangling with them, then that's just going to help him along even further, as he does look to go in for his green flag pit stop. And coming in with him is, who is that? I can't quite tell. The number 2, I believe?
Yep,
the number
might be, number 2,
Herring.
Casey Herring. Well, see, that's going to be good. I mean, Michael Edwards got lucky jumping into a pack coming off of the pits the last time. Who knows if he'll have that same luck, but at least one other driver will help, as these guys look to try to, over the pit cycle, gain 5.5 seconds that they were behind Michael Edwards when he first pit there.
Yep, that promotes Cody Brown into the lead. Just trying to find where he currently is in the standings. Before this race, he was actually 38th in the standing, with a grand total of 32 points. So coming anywhere near the top will definitely help him, and obviously getting a win gets you straight into it.
Yeah, it looks like he missed a couple races, so nothing better to miss a couple races than to come back and be leading the race, that's for sure.
Best place to be.
Best place to be is first place, absolutely. I will definitely see Michael Edwards back on pit road at least one more time. Having pit on lap 80 for 50 laps to be too much to stretch to the end, so he'll definitely be hoping for a caution once, more than likely once these guys pit. Just so that he gets it.
I think caution's included. We've got about one more stop for these guys, and it looks like the time of these three running out in front relatively on their own is coming to an end, as we've got a group of 4th place down to 6th catching up with them.
They're coming
fast. And they're bringing a few cars along with them, actually.
Yeah, actually it looks like there's the lap car of Josh Anderson is there too, so we know he was fast to start, so if he's going to be a lap car, it's nice to have him helping bring your group further up.
Yeah, these guys aren't all on the lead lap, but everyone helps.
Absolutely. That
Really?
car's running in good pace. Get him in there. Let's go ahead and pick up our speed, and that's exactly what's helped out some of these guys who are further back, like the 20 of Nigel Christensen, the 11 of Nick Hammer, JR Deal. Those guys who were just kind of lingering back have slowly crawled their way up there because of some of the help from the lap cars. So lap cars aren't always bad, you know? Sometimes they can be really helpful, especially in this situation.
Yeah, and the good thing is, Josh Anderson's there right behind his teammate James Jones. So that's definitely helpful to have team affiliation as well as just being on track together.
Yeah, it certainly helps. Those guys work together quite a bit, different leagues. And I mean, actually, this puts Josh Anderson in a good position as well. He's actually the first car one lap down after having got involved in that wreck earlier on while he was up there in the top 3. So a caution right now would do him justice to get that lap back and get back battling for the lead, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, I think he's probably just going to be sort of helping James Jones in the 10 along.
What I like is James Jones didn't try coming with a big run and trying to take the lead. He just got into place, going to take it calm, just like these guys have been doing the entire time. Run it smooth, make it to the end. You're running top 4 right now. As long as you're there at the end, you're going to have a chance to win it. So, like I said, don't win the race now, win it later when you need to. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing right now, just kind of keeping it calm. Kind of surprised the battle behind them isn't it's honestly a battle not lined up to try to keep up with these guys, because James Jones and Josh Anderson made it, but the rest of these guys started a battle, kind of lost that draft. They're not far behind still, though. They can easily line up and catch them.
Yeah, absolutely. The guys up front are being really smart about this and just sort of keeping themselves to themselves, staying in line. Just yeah.
Oh, see, this
you know what I mean? But
you see the 48 there.
Yeah.
He went a lap down after running out of fuel. Michael Edwards is a lap down after having recently pitted. Those two need to try to catch the number 7 of Josh Anderson in that front pack, because if a caution comes out, they want to be in the lucky dog position. Right now, they're not in that position to get the lucky dog.
Yeah, no, they're not. And well, we just sort of saw that group collapse there in the past few laps.
Made it work. Yeah, these two made it work. They're catching up to the front pack, looking for Josh Anderson to try to get their that lucky dog position. That's the fun part, you know. We got battles all over the racetrack, not just for the lead, but guys one lap down trying to make their way back up. As Michael Edwards is right on the bumper of Josh Anderson there. He's going to go high. Yeah. Jalen Battle doesn't really go with anybody, just kind of stays there.
Yeah, this is probably going to be the most feisty battle we're seeing, actually. These 3 are the first 3 to be not on the lead lap.
Oh, so that's a block right there.
Yeah, they're going to actually be fighting for this position, and there's a reason they're going to be fighting for it, because we're coming up to the next pit stop phase. We haven't had a caution in who knows how long, so I can see why they're fighting for this one, and Michael Edwards has managed to get himself around Josh Anderson.
He's trying to get his lap back the hard way. He wants to get back out in front of these leaders and get his lap back without any help from a caution.
Working.
Absolutely, and you know, should a caution come out when he got his lap back on his own, that means he doesn't have to get the lucky dog, which means he doesn't restart at the tail end of the pack. So that's a few cars he doesn't have to worry about passing should that caution come out.
Yeah, exactly. And even if he doesn't get completely through, which he's only got one more car to get through now, but yeah, even if he doesn't get completely through, then he's still going to be the lucky dog. But he does have 20 lap younger tyres than the rest of these guys, because most of them pitted lap 63, lap 64. We saw him come in for a green flag pit stop on lap 84. So by the looks of things, he took tyres and he's just got better grip than these guys. That's how he's staying around the outside. And he has got in front of everyone.
What? Oh my goodness! If he finds a way, I mean, he's still gonna pit one more time as well as everybody else. So pit sequence is not great for him right now, unless he can get a caution. If he gets that caution, gets back on that lead lap, or as he is now, finds his way back to the front, he is gonna be someone to deal with. I mean, this man just came right around it. He just came back right past the leaders, acted like nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy is just unreal right now. He's looking to just continue to add to his win total on the season.
Well, what he's just got to do now is just sort of sit in the front of this this lead pack. I'm sure Cody Brown really doesn't mind having someone ahead of him, because that can just sort of help him out. It'll help Michael Edwards out just to sort of sit there. So yeah, there's no reason why he's not just gonna be there, I guess.
These guys are still kind of fighting around each other. And it looks like Josh Anderson and James Jones pitted there. Didn't see it happen. Probably should have tried sticking with the pack. See if they can come back with a pit with a pack. Yep, here they are on pit road.
Yep. Looks like... Just gonna check, but that looks like now Derek Watkins might have been promoted into Lucky Dog spot, or is it Vincent R. Price? Vincent R. Price is coming into the pit lane, so that's probably not gonna be quite right. James C. Jones has been lapped, but it looks like the rest of the leaders are coming in for their stops now as well, as we've got Cody Brown in, Dalton Hayes was in. Dominic Lee stayed out, but he's coming in now. So here are the pit stops. I'm just going to change to Michael Edwards, see where he comes out in all of this, because it looks like he's probably just going to inherit the lead here.
Easily, just drove right past them.
Because if he has enough cautions to be able to stretch out his fuel, and might be able to stretch the tyres out.
Yeah, he's going to need those cautions, but he's been running hard this entire time. I mean, he can't make it 50 laps unless he gets some caution laps, so...
Yeah, no way about that one.
He's not trying to save fuel either, you know, he's full throttle here. I mean... Right now, I mean, he has just found a way to stretch his lead every single time when having to come to pit road. Looks like he might have come out with a 7.5 seconds. So he gained 2 seconds on that cycle right there. Unreal. As leader Nigel Christensen does finally make it to pit road, so we'll cycle back Michael Edwards into the lead. Got a couple lap cars behind them.
Michael Edwards doesn't have much help with him, but neither do Dalton Hayes, Nick Hammer, and James Jones. So there's not really all too much going on.
Dominic is right in front of him.
Yeah, in terms of cars next to each other.
They've got another driver a little further back. Can't quite tell who it is to see if he can maybe catch these guys and make it a 5-car pack and really pull away and try to catch.
Oh, not Clint Roberts, but that's
at the moment
another.
At the moment, that pack though with Cody Brown, Nick Hammer, Dalton Hayes, and James Jones, that's going to be the pack for battling for the lead. I mean, unless a caution comes out that can save Michael Edwards, he's going to have to pit one more time. So this battle right here, this is the battle for the win right now.
Yep, at the moment, this is Netley pack. Saying, but obviously anything can happen. We have had caution after caution before in this series, so I'm sure it can happen again. Ooh.
Oh, he saves it. The 10 gives him room. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Again, don't do it as I'm saying it.
I was about to say, you're gonna call this. Got a commentator here who calls things before they even happen. We're calling you the
Can
genie at one point.
my crystal ball tell me the lottery number, please?
Oh man,
Quite like a bit of money to help out with university.
I couldn't blame you there. That'd be pretty nice.
Might get myself a new Fanatec rig. Obviously, we're not sponsored by Fanatec. They do make good products, but we are sponsored by Ballistipax. I think it might be a nice time to hear from them. What do you think?
Absolutely, these guys have cycled it out. We got a few laps here. Let's hear from these great sponsors.
And that was Ballistipax. Want to do our reads?
Oh, happily. Well, Ballistipax, as we just saw in the commercial, creator of the Survivor 1 backpack, features a patented quick-draw ballistic body armor system that deploys in seconds with just one hand. While concealing your body armor, the Survivor 1 also functions as a traditional backpack. You will find storage for your laptop, accessories, and other mission essential items you may need. Use promo code SRL15 for 15% off at ballistipax.com. Ever vigilant, always prepared. We also have MSP Knives. U.S. veteran Matthew Prentice starred on the History Channel's Forged in Fire. Now makes one-of-a-kind, high-quality knives. Go to facebook.com/MSP Knives to order yours today. Elite Outdoors. Elite Outdoors Company is a U.S. veteran-owned and operated, dedicated to providing its customers with precision firearms training and products that won't fail you when you really need them. Built on a foundation of legal, moral, and ethical values, they are committed to the highest standards of accountability, compliance, and quality. God, have you ever seen that show of History's Forged in Fire?
I have not. I don't think we get the US History Channel in the UK. I think it's a different channel. But
that's right. Yes, that is just to see the way those guys, you know, it says Forged in Fire. The way they can forge things is just unreal. Something I wish I could do. So if we got some guy that was on that show, the pressure on that show was pretty big. So if he's making his own knives, you know, they gotta be pretty darn good.
Yeah, it does sound like quite a cool show to watch, I have to say. Speaking of a cool show to watch, this.
Absolutely. We are loving this here so far.
Yeah, one thing I will quickly note, I'm trying to find it here, but I think I remember seeing somewhere that Ballistipax is actually running a 4th of July special where you can get 40% off
That's
of their products. Nice. Which that is a pretty good deal for
well, the 15% off they offer is pretty good.
15% off is pretty good, but 4th of July 40% off. If you were looking for any backpacks with some extra protection in that, get on that.
I mean, you don't need to be looking for 40% off. You better go buy one.
Wonder what the shipping cost to the UK would be. Probably pretty high.
Oh yeah, no, to the UK might be a little high. Yeah, across the pond over here, pretty good. Well, while you look for to double check on our title series sponsor, these top 4, here they are, just keeping it close together. Dominic Lee in the 5th place. He's actually got some help from some lap cars. Looks like he will be already this one's over with 19 laps to go. See James Jones kind of entering high, coming low, wondering if he's just trying to figure something out, see if it works, see if it doesn't work. Oh, we got a big battle here. Dominic Lee with a huge run goes to the outside of James Jones. He's got help from Jalen Battle, the guy first waiting for the first guy waiting for the Lucky Dog. These guys are hell of a battle here. Got me distracted. Got me lost in words. Wow, what a move there by Dominic Lee to get past James Jones.
Yeah, I just found the confirmation of the deal that there is 40% off for 4th of July, and it started yesterday. If it goes on for the whole long weekend, in the words of Derek Watkins, our man in 13th. So I'm assuming you guys have some form of extended weekend for the 4th of July.
It depends on where you work, but typically, yeah, we figure it out. And as we say this, Dominic Lee makes contact! Oh, he's gonna make contact, trying to go under. He's gonna take out the leader of Cody Brown. No caution. Oh, that was unreal. He got low on him, and oh my goodness, we have a wreck battling for the lead.
Go back to that one.
Dominic Lee has been aggressive.
Yeah, he just sort of taps him in the turn. Yeah.
Right in that left rear quarter, you know, the 17 moved up just a little bit, maybe. Got some air knocked off of him, and the 31 was not slowing down for it. He wanted that position. He was going to take it, and in that situation, he'll take first place. Not going to make a friend there, though, with 17. 17 is Cody Brown leading the race for a good portion. 31 has the 48's help, however. We'll see if James Jones, Dalton Hayes, or Nick Hammer have anything for Dominic Lee. Michael Edwards is actually still the leader of this race. Here we are talking about the potential battle for the win, but Edwards will have to come in soon. Still hoping for that caution. That would have been the caution to save him right there, but looks like 17 just kind of cleared himself out, so no caution.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for the 17, but I feel like that really could have been the caution that saved the 14 of Michael Edwards, and
Absolutely.
sort of allowed him to continue to battle for the race win, but I'm not sure that may happen now. We are running out of time. He's going to have to pit eventually. Obviously, we've got 14 laps to go of this 134 race, so we are on lap 120. That means he's done, what, 36 laps?
Yep.
Now, that's about getting to the fuel limit, I think.
Yeah, looks like the Jalen Battle being the first car one lap down back in the 16th position is really trying to push our leader Dominic, or second place car Dominic Lee, up, trying to get away from these three guys behind him. These three guys behind him got it. Oh, here comes Michael Edwards.
Here we go.
Just like that. He'll lose
Michael
the race
Edwards
lead.
Into the pits.
That's unfortunate.
And now Dominic Lee is officially our leader.
Jalen Battle is not the number 48, not running for a position here. He's the first car one lap down, currently in the number 15 spot. Second place is James Jones. Third place, Dalton Hayes. Fourth place, Nick Hammer. Those are your four guys, all within a second of each other. As you can see, the three cars behind these first two are second, third, and fourth. We'll have to see what happens here. You know, these guys aren't really gaining too much on first and second. Maybe if that's the goal, leave them out to hang. We'll have to see. Michael Edwards makes his way off of pit road. He is one lap down now. All right. No, I think he may have stayed on the
not quite
on the lead lap here.
I mean, he's going to be caught by our leader.
Yeah, he's going to get caught by them.
You can just see him in the back of shot now, but not quite a lap down.
No,
so
he made it through. He made it.
If a caution does magically appear, I'll try and use my powers.
As the
try and use my powers for an exciting end.
Goes to the outside with help from Nick Hammer to try to get past the number 10 of James Jones, kind of leaving him out to hang there in the bottom.
Looks like they'll be able to get that one done eventually. Is able to come down. Yep, and there we go. Oh, that was close with Nick Hammer there.
These guys battling, it's not going to help them. They got to get lined up, battle it out at the end, stay close to the leader.
Yeah, obviously we're getting a lot closer to the end now with only 9 laps to go, but they are losing touch of the leader. Dominic Lee is a full second ahead of James Jones. Obviously he's only there, but a second is a lot of ground to make up at this point in time, especially as he's got Jalen Battle right behind him. I don't think they're teammates, but there's no point not helping, I guess.
You read my mind, Jason. I'm right now on the team page looking to see if they are teammates, but no, I don't see them here as teammates.
I had a quick look at the voice chats that the drivers are currently in, and I know that Dominic Lee is in one with Evan Pienta, so I guess that team is hoping for 2 wins in a row at this point in time. They'll be hoping for no caution to come out.
Does go a lap down here. I mean, we still have. We still have 13 cars in the lead lap. Caution comes out. Anything can happen on that final stop. On that final one, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, definitely. If a caution comes out, you'll probably be seeing cars coming in for new tyres, because you'll be able to stay on the lead lap.
Absolutely. Especially, I mean, I'm not sure. If you're top 4 or 5, I'm not sure if you want to lose that track position. It's so hard to gain. If you're the, anywhere 8th, 9th, 10th through 13, 14, when whoever gets the lucky dog, you got to come in for fresh tires. You're out back anyways. You just go for it,
Yeah. Switch up on the graphics.
So at this moment, Dominic Lee has had some nice help from the 48. I mean, if he wins this race, he's gonna have to give the credit to the 48. He pushed them from 5th place all the way through this lead pack to the 1st position. So.
Yep, absolutely. It's pretty much.
Derek Watkins, he'll stay high.
Yep, he's just letting the leaders through. But it's been, at the moment, pretty much leading from the front for Dominic Lee. We've tended to see people come up through the pack. But Dominic Lee started in 2nd with a nice lap in qualifying, and currently in 1st position.
Yep, and pulling away. He's got these lap cars helping him as they try to single it out behind.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if there's anything these guys behind Dominic Lee can do, but if there's something, they have to do it now. They're just running out of time. He goes into turn 3 and 4, coming to 2 laps to go.
Got a gap to Dalton Hayes, but that looks like it's coming down. I don't know whether Dalton Hayes is going to be on the iRacing radio trying to tell Evan Pienta to get out the way. But I think I probably would be, as Hayes is actually now right on the back of these two.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm not... 2 to go. He's going to have to make his move. He's going to have to make it quick. But the question is, what does the 48 Jalen Battle do? He's going to go to his outside.
Yep, 48 looks like he's going high, so...
Oh, that was almost contact. Ooh, that was close as they come. 1 to go here at Las Vegas for the Ballistipax Cup Series. Dalton Hayes looks low. Not quite enough.
That's a bit
he's
loose.
Gonna slide up. That's going to cost him. That is going to cost him a chance right there, I think. Here comes Nick Hammer from the outside. Not going to be enough. He's going to have to give Dalton Hayes a big push through here. Now he went high there. That's not going to help. Dalton Hayes got a big run here. Off turn 4. Will it be enough? No, Dominic Lee is going to win here in Las Vegas. Dalton Hayes winds up in 2nd place. Nick Hammer in 3rd. James Jones in 4th. And J.R. Deal should round out our top 5 once he gets across the line there. Wow. That was close, but Dominic Lee put on quite the show to get to the front and take that lead.
Yep, that was a close run at the end. I think a bit closer than I was expecting, actually. But
yeah,
it was a great run from these guys. And there's Dominic Lee coming up to do his victory donuts. Dalton Hayes really had his chance there on the start of the white flag lap, but he just got a bit loose, which really didn't help him.
He pushed it in deep. You could tell he pushed it deep and just couldn't keep the car under him. You know, these guys probably have old tires. There's a good chance, you know, they didn't maybe take tires, just fuel. Who knows what they did in the last caution or pit stop. So in the end, Dominic Lee just ruffled a little feathers to get to that victory, but he takes home the win nonetheless.
Yeah, I really think he was looking for a move into one on that last lap. He sort of looked like he was going to try and put his nose on the inside, but Dominic Lee blocked it off early enough, so Dalton Hayes was not able to go there. But
nope, not at all.
A great finish from all of them, and able to see the results here.
First place,
and, yeah, there they are.
Dominic Lee, again, fantastic win. Dalton Hayes will come out second. His teammate Nick Hammer in third place. James Jones for Kool-Aid Monster Motorsports in fourth place. Top 5 roundup is JR Deal for 10th. Sixth place is GG Swiss, still continuing that streak of consistent racing and good chance he may take the point lead here. Nigel Christensen in 7th, Adam Bozeo in 8th, Evan Pienta, another top 10, comes out in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Kyle Akers. 11th place for you was Clint Roberts. Jalen Battle winds up in 2nd after helping Dominic Lee come home with the win. Michael Edwards would cycle back out into 13th. William Ashebranner in 14th. Derek Watkins in 15th. Josh Anderson in 16th. Mike Thomas in 17th. Casey Herring in 18th.
Changing for some reason. On. Good, we long. There we go.
There you go. 19th was Vincent R. Price, Henry Wyndham in 20th, Jeremy Clapper 21st, Billy Davison 22nd, Christian Alkire in 23rd, Mike Wells in 24th, Joshua O'Connor 25th, Dylan Failovich, after a fantastic battle last week, comes home in 26th place. Cody Brown, after leading and a little bit of contact for the race win, would finish in 27th. John Garrett, our pole sitter, with a 28th position after being involved in a wreck early. Harold Barnes finishes up 29th. Revenger in 30th. And Jonathan Ledger rounds out our 31st position for the Ballistipax series.
Yeah, it looks to me 16 laps down, like Cody Brown decided to retire the car after that wreck. Quite unfortunate for him, but I suppose that's how things go sometimes.
Yeah, it was a pretty heavy one, and I'm not sure if he had already used his fast repair, so that could have been his the final straw, as you say.
And around now is the time that we would be interviewing third place. I'm not sure if I can see him here. He looks like they're still conversing with the team. LFG Racing done very well here. Second place, third place, sixth place, seventh place, and 13th and 14th. They've all positioned themselves
for
well.
Michael Edwards, but he had a pretty good race too, leading for a lot, so I can't blame him. That's a 13th, but a very good race, leading a lot of laps and putting on a pretty good performance once again.
Yeah, it's definitely a respectable 13th position for him, and well, let's do it the other way around this time. Let's hear from our winner first of all. Why not?
Absolutely, let's go ahead.
Hello, Dominic. Do you copy?
I sure do.
Well, all I can say is congratulations. It was a great win from qualifying on second. How do you feel that went for you?
Well, first and foremost, I have to apologize to Cody Brown. I haven't looked at it yet, but obviously we made contact there and spun him around, and that's not how I want to race or want to race other people. And Him and I worked together along with all of LFG Racing for the majority of the night, and so I feel bad for getting into him and ending his night. So it was disappointing to have that happen, but otherwise, I'm happy to get the win and have forward bike go back to back with Atlanta last week and myself tonight.
Yeah, as said, back-to-back weeks. I mean, great. Sorry, not back-to-back. Yeah, but you guys had a fantastic race. I have to say, Jalen Battle really helped you there. Get that lead. I mean, he was helping you. You caught that front pack, and you just diced right through these guys. Like you had, 40 lap pressure tires. I mean, it was unreal. I couldn't believe how easily you got through these guys. Almost like they didn't realize you were battling them for the win. I mean, what was your plan as soon as you got to them? Was it exactly to do that, or did it just fall into your hands?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what it was, and I do have to give a huge thank you to Jalen Battle as well. I wouldn't have won that race without him. He stuck by me. He got into me a little bit coming on the pit road, um, and so yeah, I didn't take tires at all, and my tires were, I think, 49% on the right front, and I was just doing all I could to stay up there with them guys before that pit stop. But once I put on them new tires, I was just flat flying. And once I got to them, I knew I just had to make my way up through there. And if I got to the lead, I knew I was pretty good. But like I said before, that contact with Cody really, kind of put a damper on things for a moment.
Yeah, well, either way, it's a great result for you. Do you have anyone you'd like to shout out? Any sponsors, friends, or family?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to All Forward by Evan Pienta, Derek Wilden, Blake Robot. He's in another league right now. And Envision Clothing Company. Everybody who just, helps us go around and, makes things work here.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you for giving us an exciting race, and we'll hope to see you up here next week.
I appreciate it, and I would also like to give a thank you to you guys as well. I know you guys stay up very late and to do this, so thank you to you guys as well.
Oh, it's our pleasure, Dominic. He stays up late. Jason does. I'm on the East Coast here, so I'm good. So Jason is the guy who really puts it together for everybody.
Well, thank you, Jason.
Yeah, no worries. Glad to be here. Thank you very much. Yeah, congratulations once again. Cool.
Looks like we got Dalton.
Yep. About time to hear from Dalton.
Hey,
hello, Dalton. Do you copy?
Oh, sorry about that.
Let's go for the same thing. Well, congratulations on the second place. How do you think it went overall for you?
Yeah, we had a pretty good run tonight. Like I said, these cars and everything are a little bit different, and getting used to just kind of basically almost like a super speedway package on a mile and a half is what it felt like.
Yeah, I got a chance to race these things last night actually. Didn't know I was going to be here today, but luckily worked out, so I knew exactly how these things were going to race for you guys today, and seeing it from above really made driving it that much more interesting. It really is a super speedway package. You have to have a line with you. I argued that the line at the working together in the high side is far more important on a mile and a half with these cars than it would be on like Talladega or Daytona. I mean, if you didn't have help with more than 2 or 3 cars, you were just going to be dropping like a rock.
I think you hit it right on the nail right there. You had to have at least 3 cars on the outside to even have a chance to have that high line go anywhere.
Yeah, wow, yeah, it looked exactly like that to me as well.
But
go ahead.
But all in all, I mean, we had a good night, and like I said, second would like one spot better. But if I raced a little bit like the first place, I think I would have won that race. But I'm a little bit better driver than that.
Yeah, I saw you had your shot. I was wondering where you gonna move from there. As a fan and broadcaster, we're always looking for someone to get moved for a win. But I mean, you did a great job getting to him. I wasn't sure you guys were gonna get to him at all, but out of nowhere, you just it's like you turned another gear and you were on his bumper. So I'd say congrats on the second place. Second place. Fantastic job getting there. You didn't, I was worried you might wreck and lose it all, but great job hanging in tough the entire time and on a second place finish.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. And just before you go, is there anybody you'd like to shout out at all? Any sponsors or friends, family?
Shout out to Ballistipax for putting this league on, and shout out to you guys for putting the broadcast on, and shout out to the LFG guys for letting me hang out and race with them guys. So I had a partner in this basic super speedway kind of race.
Thank you very much, and congratulations once again on your second place.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Yep,
You too.
Okay, and unfortunately, it does not look like we have Nick Hammer in the waiting room. I don't really there anymore. Perhaps he's busy and has something to get on with. That is fine. But a good race overall, I think.
Oh, I absolutely agree. It's funny because, as I said, we had a recruitment race here last night. Same cars. We had a little bit fewer laps, but the same thing happened. We had a rash of cautions to start, and then it went green basically the entire time afterwards. So to see the fuel strategies, to see how drivers were working together to make something happen, I mean, it was great. I love seeing it. I love seeing how things can change in that nature and just the difference it can make. So these guys put on, once again, a fantastic race for us, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely one of the cleaner races I've seen, I have to say.
Yeah, they're getting it down.
How many cautions did we have in the end there? Was it 3? 2?
Let's see. I'll jump right on here and check that out. We had 2 cautions for 8 laps.
Only 2. Only 8 laps under caution of 134.
I told you, these guys, they're down, they're ready for it. They were used to these cars now, and we could have had a couple more maybe, but you know what? It was great the way it was. I mean, wow. Great job to all these guys.
Yeah, you guys have been treated to some good green flag racing here. And hopefully we'll be seeing some of the same next week. And next week we are at Bristol. So
Bristol. This will be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one. I believe I'm not going to be here to be producing that one. I'm going to be handing over to you on production, I believe, and then should be joined by David in the booth.
Yes, so very happy to be able to be producing for these guys. The races they put on are so good. I'm so excited to get to stay along here, and I can't wait, Jason. I'm sad that you're not going to continue with me here, but I can't wait. It's going to be a blast. David's going to have fun with us. We're excited to continue the season with Ballistipax.
If only this league was a few hours earlier for me, then maybe I could continue a bit longer, but I don't think that's going to work with most of these guys' schedules.
Not at all, but thank you, Jason, for having produced these shows, for having been on here, and getting us prepared to move seamlessly onto Bristol.
Yeah, thank you for being here with me, and make sure to tune back in next week, same place, for the Mental Health Awareness 160 at Bristol. We'll see you there, and goodbye.